They are poised to be even better in 2021 with the addition of TJ Dannon and the return of Colt Roberts and Archie Montemayor, who were both absent from the starting lineup at the last World Cup, a tournament that they narrowly lost in overtime during the finals match against San Diego Dynasty. Their leadership is outstanding, the roster has 0 holes, and they are going to be a massive threat to win again this year.
Set right now for yet another San Diego Dynasty X Factor finals matchup. We've seen 2 of them recently, last year here at the World Cup at the last event, but it has been mostly San Diego Dynasty prevailing here against San Antonio X Factor. Who is going to step up right now and take this one? That's the big question. Can it be Dynasty 3 times in a row? I don't know. San Antonio X Factor has been just so scrappy in their performances. They had to get through a nasty bracket. X Factor had to take down Impact, score 6-3 there. Then they went and battled Houston Heat, the number 1 and number 4 team in the world. But they took down both Houston Heat and San Antonio X Factor to move into the finals. Now, Dynasty's road, slightly different damage. Battled through Revo in the wild card round, took a 1-point win in overtime. Dynasty took them down, and they were ended up to get a 2-point victory. Then San Diego Dynasty plays Los Angeles Infamous in a 1-point match to move into yet another final. So Matty Marshall got Chris Lasoy up here with Rich Telford for this final matchup. Can't wait to see it. This one's going to be good. Chris, what do you think, man? I mean, can Dynasty win 3 in a row here in these big games in the past year against X Factor? What do you think?
Well, if X Factor comes out the way they have been, they might go down a point or 2. But if they come back the way they were and play the games they were, aggressive paintball, Colt Roberts getting up the Doritos, Billy Bernacchi is staying alive, getting down here, and of course you got Archie Montemayor, which is the Unforgiven. It's going to be a really good game. I really do believe that X Factor can take this tournament, but Dynasty is playing a good game, so I'm kind of up in the air. I'm going to X Factor on this one.
Rich, what do you think?
I think if Dynasty keep X Factor from getting an emotional high in this game, Rainey checking with somebody or getting into if they can keep X Factor kind of defensively, emotionally out of the game, just kind of confused and not really fired up, then they have a really good chance of winning this pretty easily. But if X Factor can come back like they did against Heat, Dynasty's going to struggle. It's going to be a really close match.
Looking at the pits right now with San Diego Dynasty. Again, San Diego Dynasty from Snake over to D side. Mike Urena, Alex Frazier, pretty much whoever they put on the Snake side, Blake Yarber a couple times. They've been handling business, not been scared to attack, of course, doing great point saves. The middle has been strong. Blake also, potential MVP. He's had some huge points up in that middle of the field. Marcelo Margot, though, as the attacker mostly on the D side, that's kind of the way their strategy has been going. He's been dialed in. Also, Arturo Andrade has been in the mix as well, too. Yosh Rao has been shooting bodies on the break with his great timing. He's been handling business. And then you can't forget about Brandon Short. Brandon Short is no stranger to big moments in big games. He's in the best shape of his life. He retired, and what did he start to do with his spare time? Started running half marathons for fun. So he's not going to get tired out here. And they got Coach Skinny Kevin, who, he probably is Coach of the Year, to be honest, depending on what happens here. But to come in and take over the reins of Rusty Glaze, it's just been an amazing performance here for San Diego Dynasty. Potentially trying to make it not just 2 World Cups in a row. They've already got the series title locked in. It's just been yet again another huge miraculous run for San Diego Dynasty. Now, on the flip side, San Antonio X Factor, Rainey Stanzik, he's been beat up, man. Back injuries for him. He's had some problems and, kind of hyperextended his knee in practice. They picked up Tom Guest, and so Tom Guest is filled in nicely. Look for Tom Guest to get some spins
for sure
in that center of the field, try to shoot bodies and filter in. Yeah, or maybe they'll just run with Rainey. I don't know. It depends on how Rainey's feeling. Snake side, in the World Cup last year, it was a big benefit for San Diego Dynasty to isolate Billy Bernacchi. They shot him off the break a ton of times. They're going to try to do that again.
For sure.
If Billy can live over here on the Snake side, that's going to be a big boost to the chances here in this World Cup final match for San Antonio X Factor. Now, Archie, he's been a little hit or miss, mostly hit, but they're putting a lot of guns on him. D side, he's also kind of all over the place.
Too.
Look for him And Jesse Stevens over there on the D side of the field. Beaner Ninos has been more consistent than we've ever seen him. Colt Roberts, they got Colt Roberts back in the mix. A lot of weapons over there on San Antonio X Factor side of the field. Tough one to call. I mean, just because Dynasty has had their number the past couple times.
Yeah, it seemed to match up that way, right?
Yeah, it definitely does seem to be that you might want to give the nod to San Diego Dynasty. Seem to be on a bit of a run, but that's not always how it works out here. So it will be interesting to see. And thank you guys so much for joining us here for the conclusion, the very last set of the entire year as we will head into the off season and a reset for 2022.
Doesn't get much better than this,
It
man.
really doesn't get better than this as a legendary rivalry here, San Antonio X Factor. And also cool, even behind the scenes stuff. I talked to, Alex Martinez, the owner of San Antonio X Factor, and he said, when we built X Factor to be what it is now, we looked at Dynasty and they were kind of the pinnacle at the time.
For sure.
And I told him, I'm like, well, you did a great job because X Factor has become a pinnacle of this game too. Yeah, it's and Rich, what do you think? I mean, now that we've seen the play develop through all the divisional finals and all these, to get to this pro final, what do you think is going to be the most important position on the field?
Well, I think the most important asset or facet of this game is going to be the breakout. The team that's going to win the majority of the breakouts is going to win this match, and the team that loses the majority of or can win a few of the points that they lose the breakout is going to have a huge advantage. So I think really important here is this breakout shooting on the break.
Well, let's check in with the third member of our broadcast team, Lauren Kelly.
Thanks. Dynasty did a little team huddle before this first point in this World Cup finals, and he said, heart, creativity, passion, fun. This is our moment. This is our moment to prove so much more than we've proven all season. So they're going into this first point pumped and ready to take this final World Cup win.
Well, they're going to have to steal it. They're going to have to take it.
Sounds
San
like
Antonio
they're
X
putting
Factor
together a
wants
story
it. It would be massive for X Factor after, X Factor had some stumbles in the beginning of the year. Dynasty did too. Dynasty almost didn't make it to Sunday at the first event, ended up taking a 10th place. But then after that, it's been a really good run. And the fact that Dynasty took 10th and still seals up the series title without having to even win the World Cup is impressive. 10th, 3rd, 1st, and now at least a 2nd. So Dynasty will be the NXL Series title holders for 2021.
Congratulations, guys. Good job.
But
great.
San Antonio X Factor, a 7th and a 9th to start the year out, and then a 2nd. So again, considering how this year started out with the dominance of Impact and the dominance of Heat at that second event, the fact that these two top-tier teams have continued to stay as relevant as they are, and then Dynasty is going to be the best overall team. But as we always say, it's all about winning World Cup, right? The series is nice, but it's really about winning that World Cup.
100%. And, I've seen a lot of things out of X Factor. Those guys struggled a couple games. They came back with strong finishes. So I got to give it to those guys. They have a lot of heart. Dynasty playing probably the best paintball they have been playing for a while. So, I mean, it's such a toss-up here, Rich.
For sure. That's what happens when you have the two best teams in the world, right? Playing
Yeah.
for the biggest event
Yeah.
of the year.
San Antonio X Factor will be starting on the red side of the field. Dynasty will be starting on the blue side. Both these teams in blue. A little bit lighter blue for San Antonio X Factor. Looks like starting lineup, it is going to be Blake Yarber, Marcelo Margot, D side. And on the breakout here, let's see how much ground these teams take. Oh my God, Cyclops,
gets
Mike
outside.
Arena. Mike Arena, who's just been such a consummate presence in the snake. They isolate him, they shoot him off the break. So this is a really good start here for San Antonio X Factor, taking a big threat off the field. But Colt Roberts going to be taking the walk. So good for San Antonio X Factor to get Colt Roberts back in the mix. It's a 4-on-4 situation, boys.
Dynasty way up on that drill side, Matty. They got Marcelo up in drill 4 and Blake Yarber watching over. It looks like they're going to
and they shoot Billy, and they also get a shot in on, what was that?
Rainey might have just got. Did Rainey just get shot in the shoulder there?
It looked like he did, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, the ref
Yep.
just saw it finally.
Yeah, and another body. Well, it's just, it looked really good for X Factor for a second, but
For
Dynasty
a
clocks
split
in and
second.
wins a couple. Gunfight victories here to put the first point on the board.
I don't think they had any idea Marcelo was that far up the field, Matt.
No.
Yeah, Marcelo, and such a cool story there, too. I mean, Marcelo, he's in the running for, a cool thing. Quinn from Iconic Paintball. Check out iconicpaintball.com. He's got these Icon of the Year awards, knows a lot about the game, and they're going to be handing these awards out. So Marcelo's in the running for Defensive Player of the Year, but here at this event, he's been kind of the go-to attacker on that D side.
Ruining his defensive stats, Matt. silly Marcelo, silly. You got to pad your stats.
Slow down, bro.
Trying to help
But
you
what
out.
an impressive first point from Dynasty. They came out swinging. Actually, both teams did.
Yep.
But Dynasty had the upper hand on that one.
Yeah, had a big concern there losing Mikey almost 2 steps out of the box.
Yeah.
But then we're able to shoot one and get right back in that match. And
Yeah, but then-
Marcelo and Blake both making big bites over on trio side. It paid off.
Yeah. Yeah, Blake's playing the best paintball he's ever played. Marcelo's been elite for a long period of time, came up as an elite first attacker, then kind of transitioned to that second or third, role, that more defensive second attacker position, and thrived there, and always seems to be playing, the most terrible positions on the field, sometimes the hardest positions to play, but just with the injury to Dalton Vanderbilt,
He looked
and
real
the way
fast at that point.
and the way things have kind of shaken out, and he got some reps over there. And we had talked a little bit before. He said, "Yeah, I may be playing the first attacker on the D side. We will see." But he's been getting it done over there. So,
He's
and
been
he
doing
really
great.
made his presence known. So, again, we have a Golden Barrel to award. Maybe Marcelo gets it. I don't know. We will see. I mean, as it stands right now with that performance in that first point, Blake is also in the mix as well too.
And with these guys too, I think that it's always on the break, like you had mentioned earlier. These guys are just. This is going to be a really fast
Very
point
technical
match.
game.
Yeah, 100%. Everything's just decided by the break. I think lots can be done at the middle, in my opinion. They're going to shut down Billy.
Early on, you can do a lot in the middle. If they get outside, it gets tough. But obviously, you can exploit it early when there's no tapes.
On the breakout here, Marcelo going to go to D1 off the break, and it looks like San Antonio X Factor going to get Billy here into the snake. Got to keep him alive, man. It's going to be key to their victory.
5-on-5. Billy Branch in snake 2. Nobody in snake for Dynasty.
And here comes Rainey Stanzik. He's going to filter over and get behind Billy a little bit.
Blake Yarbrough in the center can, looking Dorito side for Dynasty.
Very similar field position in the middle, but the big difference is that Billy Bernaccia is into snake 2, and there's no one even on the snake side except for Brandon Short, who's at the cake in the back center. So he's going to have to find a way to get up the field. Billy Bernacci getting contained so far, kind of just tucked in his spot there on your screen.
Ryan Greenspan trying to get.
That was
caught over the top.
Great zone control here from San Antonio X Factor, getting that shot. And on Ryan Greenspan, there goes Marcelo. He's going to launch Blake early on, already made it to that wedge, but Marcelo gets clipped out as well too.
5-on-2, Maddie.
Brandon Short is going to get. Yeah, this is not looking good here for San Diego Dynasty. As here comes a huge bite for Yosh Rao. He gets all the way into D4. And I don't know if they picked him up quite yet. And there goes get a kill on Colt Roberts. So Yo's trying to turn the tables here, and he's going to trade out. That's going to leave just Blake on the inside. And this point's going to go to San Antonio X Factor as Billy Bernaccia is going to run up, clear the field, and put the first point up for X Factor to tie this one up.
So good right there for San Antonio X Factor. You don't want to give them
Counterpunch.
momentum.
Well,
Really good counterpunch.
we knew from what we saw from San Antonio X Factor and the gumption, the heart they had in that comeback against Houston Heat in the prelims. Yeah, sure, just a prelim match. Both those teams are going to go on. But they really needed that win. They were at 2-1. They did not want to go 2-2. So we already saw backs to the wall what they're made of. And so, yeah, I didn't think Dynasty was going to run away with this one. That was a really nice point there, and some good gunfight wins here from San Antonio X Factor. Yosh made it a little interesting. Blake was up in that spot, but needed to tighten it up. Bad death for Ryan, bad death for Marcelo over there. Couldn't see how Marcelo Margot got shot, but Ryan got shot coming up and over the top of that spot.
Sloppy.
And then Brandon got shot over here on that snake side. Let's check in with Lauren Kelly.
Stanzik is fired up in the pits right now. He came off the field saying, they're not ready for a war. They're not ready for a war. The pit helpers tried to help clean him up. He said, don't touch me. He is ready to go out there and fight his heart out to get this win.
Himself fired and the team fired up, get back in this fight.
That's the person to do it.
Well, you also have to play a little emotional in the finals, right?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
that's part of it.
Whatever it takes, man. Whatever it takes. If that's what your deal is, get up, man.
You get Rainey Stanzik fired up, that's a problem for you.
Yeah, you get a level player, like a level 10 player up to like
Yes.
level 12, 13, it gets real scary out there.
Yeah, I had the pleasure of playing with Randy on Aftermath with our first pro win, for his first pro win, I think, in Jacksonville, 7-man, long time ago. And that kid is just a maniac. That's all I can really say. And, I love the kid.
Yeah, and considering the injuries to Rainey, it's just impressive he's even playing, man. Tough dude. Tom Guest held the line for them, but, I mean, even with a beat-up Rainey, and nothing against Tom Guest, but Rainey is elite of elite. He always finds a way to be in the right position at the right time, so I can see why they want to get him as many spins as his body can allow him to have. It's just what percentage is he at? Jesse Stevens and Archie Montemayor are going to be going D side here. There's Meter Ninos and Billy Bernaccia, snake side. Rainey Stanzik in the center. here for San Antonio X Factor. So start point number 3. It's all locked up, 1-1, 12:53 on the clock.
Looks like 5 in the break for both teams.
Urena very quickly, though, gets into the snake for San Diego Dynasty. Looks like, I think they might be losing Alex Frazier. Nope, he's good to go. Thought for a second might have got clipped in there.
First 5-on-5 point we have with these guys. Let's see what develops. 1-1, very close match here. 12 minutes and 30 seconds left as Rainey fills into the snake corner behind Billy Bonaccia.
A little bit better field position here for San Diego Dynasty with Urena and Snake 2. They're going to get Blake quickly up the field in the center.
Yeah, Blake
to
does
that
a real
wedge.
good job of getting up there.
Right now, you're looking at X Factor on your screen now. San Diego Dynasty there from the blue side. Urena looking like he wants to go, and he's going to crawl right up into that crucial 50-yard line bunker, and he's by himself.
Yeah, if he wraps, he can kill Archie right now, but he's got to watch out for Rainey down the line.
Yeah, and right now Blake
kills
Garber
Billy.
also.
Oh, kill on Billy.
X Factor, 4-on-5. 3-on-5 now. Jesse Stevens taking the walk from the Trio side.
Archie pushing over to the snake side right now to try to do damage control. Low on bodies here for San Antonio X Factor. Dynasty controlling the tempo of this match or of this point so far.
Rainey getting caught.
Greenspan coming over, and he's going to have some freedom with the death of Rainey. Just 2 bodies left alive right now for X Factor. Here comes Urena. He comes through. He gets a shot in on that center bunker with Peter Ninos, and it's looking pretty good right now for San Diego Dynasty with a 1-point lead.
Complete control in that 5-on-5 match.
100%. Yeah, I was looking for Blake to kind of move up a little quicker than he did. Well, he didn't even go anywhere, really.
I think he was on the containment while Mikey was on the attack.
Copy that. I mean, they were contained over here on this from the center over to the snake side of the field, and they really, there's no way they're going to get outside on the Dorito side with Blake the way he was.
Yep.
Yeah, and we got the Golden Barrel 2 award. It's still early to call. There's a lot of guys on both these teams that we could give that award to. There hasn't really been one big standout, right?
No, there's a lot of team paintball going on, and everyone's clocking in.
To me, at this point, correct me if you think I'm wrong,
Oh,
but
I
to
will.
me, somebody's going to earn it in the next 3, 4, 5 points to win the tournament.
Someone's
for
got
their
to stand out, right?
Somebody's going to stand out. It might even come down to who makes the last big move.
Big move, winning point, low on point, low on
Because
time.
across the board, I mean, if you look, so we're in the pits right now at Dynasty. Urena's had some really good points, been super consistent. Marcelo has been outstanding on the D side. Blake has had some real big shiny moments. Ryan Greenspan has had some big moments. Yosh,
super consistent.
Alex. I mean, basically everyone that's got spins.
That's what you want out of a team that's going to win, right? Is everybody clocking in, man? Because those guys are hard to scout.
Well, let's get a little bit of look. So talking about potential MVP award winners, we got Urena in here in a crucial moment. Tie ball game. Urena with a little bit of a 2-pack. He's going to get that kill and then wrap around and then runs through. And then on the run, on the transition with a beautiful shot there on Meter Ninos. And then he trades his body, but that's exactly what you want to see out of a first attacker on the snake side.
100%.
I'll take a 2-for-1 trade every single time that you play. So, and then on the flip side with X Factor, now they're down by 1. So who's going to contribute to this comeback here? What's it going to look like moving forward? We're just getting things going. 11:36 to go. A lot of time here on this clock. And I mean, Archie has had a pretty good tournament. Colt's had some big moments. Meter has been on the precipice. He could have been MVP award winner.
Archie with a big bite. Oh, Mike Urena gets shot out early.
Yeah,
4-on-5 advantage for X Factor.
Big kill here as Colt Roberts is in a good position. Need to get things going here. Snake side. There goes Rainey Stanzik. He moves up into the wedge.
They're bringing the heat right here, Matty.
They're feeling it right now. They know the pressure's on them right now to try to tie this up. They get a body out wide here, snake side of the field, and here comes Colt Roberts with a big run through in the center. How many kills come off from that?
2.
Looks like 2 kills coming off.
And it looks like Blake's getting pinched out now, too.
And Marcelo had the early
2-2.
walk, and
11
here
minutes
comes
left.
Archie Montemayor on the D side. So we got ourselves a tie ball game right now.
Man, I don't know what we did to deserve all this good paintball, but thank you. I'm sure it was one of you two, probably not me.
One blowout today, just one.
That's the best I can ever remember.
The only boring game, just because it was a lot to a little, was Heat versus Russians. Other than that, and yeah, if you're a Heat fan, oh cool, we just
and the Russians looked good in the beginning of that match. Only half of the match was boring.
But yeah, it's just been nothing but close game after close game here at the World Cup. We've been absolutely blessed. Also with the weather, is the best day of the weekend so far. Here on Sunday, a little cold in the morning, so if you have to play in that wild card round, you probably slaughtered in a little paint, probably not thinking it was the best weather. But
I'm still cold from this morning.
I am too.
My knees are still hurt.
We're in Florida, and it's not raining, and it's not humid, and it's not hot, so I'm ecstatic right now.
That's a win. But
Mr.
yes,
glass half full over there. Jesus.
great.
Hey, I try to keep it on the positive side, Rich. Not all the time, but you know.
You mostly do. 99% of the time, yes.
Yeah,
I'm
but-
human. I'm human, Chris.
I'm not.
When I used to try to bonus ball you, I would not think you were human. I'm like, I don't know, man. I shot the dude 50 times.
How does he not move?
He didn't even flinch.
flinch.
It's not fair. So we're in the pits right now. There's Ryan Brand, who you know, as far as not only coach of the year, if he wins this one, maybe also GM of the year too, because
And-
they've had to make some roster moves.
100% best hair for a coach in the industry.
Oh, I mean, that's not even
100%. No one's even close.
Yeah, why would you have an award? You win it every single time.
So that you can win it every single time. I'm looking for one of those awards.
I've had the luxury of actually hanging out with him a lot because he plays in our 10-man team with Infamous. And the guy is one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet in your entire life.
Really smart.
He's super smart, super knowledgeable of everything, and he's very knowledgeable.
Comes from a great family. Grandfather was an astronaut. I mean, Ryan Brand's a very highly intelligent guy. He's done such a great job. It's so hard to coach pro team, Rich, as you well know. And also this game brought to you by Carbon Paintball here in the SC harness, lightest harness on the market. Head to Carbon Paintball, that's CRBN Paintball.com, and check out their brand new product they just launched. So San Diego Dynasty, they're on your screen. Going down basically to the starting five. It's going to be Archie and Colt, Rainey, Billy, Meter Ninos here for San Antonio X Factor. And for Dynasty, it's going to be Marcelo, Blake, Yosh. Looks like Brandon getting a spin, and Ryan Greenspan. So
Marcelo on the break.
tough break here for Dynasty, losing Marcelo.
Oh, big move from Blake Yarbrough, though, all the way to X Factor's side of the field. Billy doesn't know it's there. If he releases, Blake's going to cut him in half.
They have no idea he's there, Rich.
Yeah, Blake is
Beautiful
in an
move by
excellent
Blake.
spot. And they saved that. You know, that's been a move that's been there. Alex Gray from Uprising made it multiple times, but we really haven't seen it too much. Oh, and he's going to eat Billy up.
Golden barrel.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. It's early to call, but that was a clutch move.
Colt just found him.
Colt's going to come through, and he gets him at the exact time. And now Colt Roberts comes through. Does he get two?
No.
He gets one. Still, that was a beautiful move from Meter, but a great counter punch.
At the same time, Yosh gets shot from the rear side. Dynasty down to just 2 players left alive.
That was an amazing counter punch from Colt Roberts here as it's getting interesting as Ryan Greenspan's going to get into the snake, but he gets shot out. Brandon Short still alive over here and in decent position.
X Factor.
There's Rainey Stanzik. Yeah, X Factor pushing up on that D side. No one in front of him. They're waving him off. Oh, if Brandon Short keeps his head on his swivel, Archie goes eyes to the sky, and he gets shot, but not before he hit the buzzer. And Archie knew it. Archie's like, I hit the buzzer. It doesn't matter. He's like, you can shoot me as much as you want. As the crowd goes wild right now. So Brandon Short was still alive. He sees Archie hit the buzzer, but Archie had I'm almost absolutely positive he hit that buzzer.
Just for fun, though, if he didn't hit the buzzer, then got shot and hit the buzzer,
That's a penalty. That's a major.
I'm pretty sure he hit the buzzer. He hit it like 4 or 5
Usually
times.
when that happens, it says on our board, it says game over or base.
Well, look at it. Brandon Short immediately goes right over and gets right in the face of Archie and in the mix.
Well, oh, look at that. Thumbs up for Archie Montemayor. But that's a mental mistake right there.
For sure.
He's got to check all those off because you never know you lose people all the time in this field, Matty.
But the way that he looked that way.
He looked, yeah.
He
was
looked that
just
way.
so far
Brandon
outside.
was just so far onto that side because he knew he was losing the D side. So, I don't know if it's necessarily a mistake or just he didn't have the angle on it. It seemed like he checked off on that side. And also you could say, and Brandon Short, okay, well, head on a swivel too, but man, his head was on a swivel. All right, so we got some replays here. Let's get a look at this. So here's the break for San Diego Dynasty. They risk Marcelo out wide, and he gets clipped trying to go out running and gunning.
Blake,
and then look at this though, Blake. Blake,
I love that.
Eyes up, and he just sets a trap. Bam, shoots Billy trying to get into that 50, or not 50 brick, but into the brick and the snake.
They should have protected Blake there so that when
but
Colt
then
released,
here's the counter punch for Colt. And then he gets eaten up, but not before he did his damage. But then Archie in great position. And then Ryan gets shot on the transition into the brick. It was just a blow-for-blow game. And here it is. He hits the buzzer and then gets blasted. He definitely hit that buzzer before. That's the correct call.
Yep.
It was close. And you could see him.
It was really close,
Oh, it was
though.
so real.
was so
Chris, you are so right. I mean, Brandon, it looked like he gunned up on him and just couldn't get a ball that far that fast.
Wow.
Oh, poor Brandon Short.
Yeah, and that's where the hit right is. That's the hit right there.
First shot. Oh, so the first shot was wide and right. Oh, that is frustrating here for Brandon Short and San Diego Dynasty. If he had put the first one on him, maybe a different story. But he was able to get the burst on Archie Montemayor, but missed his the very first shot. So that was the difference maker. Now a 1-point lead here. A ton of time on the clock. 9:42 to go in this final match.
This match continues to impress.
I was just
The
gonna say.
day continues
I was
to
just
impress.
gonna say. I was like, can it get any better? Let's see
Yes,
what
it
happens.
can.
It's 3-2.
Let's see it.
Here comes Dynasty out of the gate.
So now
Ryan Greenspan up the center for Dynasty. 5-on-5 for both teams. Nobody lost anybody on the break, but they are in the pocket. X Factor in the snake with Billy Bernacchi going snake 2, giving X Factor big advantage here.
Yeah, more conservative break for Dynasty on this one. They keep everyone in the pocket. They pocket up. And San Antonio X Factor does risk Billy, and he makes it clean. I mean, if you want to win against San Antonio X Factor, you have to contain Billy Bernacchi on the snake side. And he's going to try to get the shot in on Ryan Greenspan, and he does. So Ryan Greenspan gets diced up trying to get to that tower. And then here comes Archie. Archie's going to move up into D3. He's going to be the first to go on that side. And then Dynasty's just getting beat on the aggression right now. Dynasty is not moving up the field quickly enough.
No.
The tempo's a little off.
Yeah.
Here comes Marcelo. He's going to run into
Oh,
a
and he
gun.
gets a penalty too.
Blake Yarber also trying to make a move. And
Oh, wow.
so feeling it right now. San Antonio X Factor, a couple in a row. They're just beating San Diego Dynasty
Tide
up
has
the
turned.
field. If
Tide
you
has
go
turned.
pocket, you have to make your shots. And X Factor was able to make it out a little bit, control the zones. That's just perfect zone control.
Dynasty-
San Antonio X Factor go up by 2 with 8:38.
Dynasty does a really good job with X Factor when they shoot Billy Bernacchi on the break.
100%. And we had talked about that earlier. You don't want to give X Factor any momentum because once they get that in their blood, it's over. And I expect Billy Bernacchi to start taking a different route to the snake.
They are stoic Texans, but they're Texans nonetheless. So once they start feeling it, see that blood in the water, they start playing off of that, and it does really look like the momentum has completely shifted to San
I
Antonio
agree.
X Factor right
and
now.
that's something we talked about before is don't let them get that emotion, right?
Yeah, they obliterated San Diego Dynasty in that point to go up by 2. Also, make sure you take full advantage. 40% off the entire site at bunkerkings.com right now. BK40 is the code as we're looking at the pit stairs potential coach of the year here, depending on what happens in this game, Kevin Brettauer. But yeah, 40% off the entire site for Bunker Kings. Use the promo code BK40. First 200 customers only.
When was the last time you saw Ryan release early like that on a bad read?
Well, not often.
'Cause I can't. In years, I haven't seen him. Because usually, he's puts himself in the back more, stays alive long, communicates, pulls the games out. But he thought he saw something or just had a play call, went to make a move, and was out of position.
Well,
Billy was already up in that snake waiting for him.
And the shot that Billy had made was kind of over the shoulder, over the top, unconventional.
Exactly what we expect from Billy Bernacchi.
Yeah, exactly. And he shot Ryan. At least he caught Ryan moving up.
Yeah.
That's half the battle.
He was on the zone, right?
Yeah. And Billy has his head in a swivel.
Well, this is a big moment for San Diego Dynasty. Look, it's been
100%.
a lot of stories have been going San Diego Dynasty's way. They won the last event, Alex Frazier with the MVP, and they played X Factor in that match. Last year at World Cup, this went blow for blow all the way to overtime, and MVPs were either going to be Rainey or Ryan. Ryan took it, and even though Tyler and Marcelo balled out in that overtime point, but right now it's San Antonio X Factor looks really good. It's going to be up to San Diego Dynasty to answer our eye in the sky here and see the cable cam fly on over to the X Factor side of the field, and they're going to be shooting Brandon Short off the break. So a 5 alive break right now for San Antonio X Factor, 4-on-5 in a good spot. It's tucked in the pocket and see if they can get out wide.
Yeah, Dynasty's going to have a hard time here if they cannot win these breakouts. Starting down the body against a team like X Factor is very, very challenging. Colt Roberts trying to cancel out Alex's move up the center by going to that wing Dorito side. Blake now trying to cancel out Colt's move by going to the can Dorito side. Colt releases in the middle.
Colt comes through and he gets that drop on him, but then the counter punch comes from Blake Garber, and Blake
gets
stays
caught.
alive. Yeah, but Blake gets caught, so it's just been a blow-for-blow game. It looks like Billy's going to catch one as well. He might have got shot by his own guy.
I think he did.
Might be 2-on-2, guys. Rainey is over there cleaning his barrel out, so.
Yeah, so the chaos has settled in here. 2-on-2. We do believe it's going to be a kill, though, down the sideline here on Meter Ninos from Ryan Greenspan. So making it up for that last one. Here comes Rainey. He's going to come all the way over and get into the back corner bunker here and try to win a 1-on-2 situation. Even with the bad back and the bad knee, man, against mad respect to Rainey Stanza, gutting through it. And actually, there was a body left alive. We're blocked out from D1.
Yeah, Ryan Greenspan made an amazing shot across the field and shot out Archie Montemayor.
So Ryan Greenspan now going to help Dynasty pull within 1 here with 7 minutes And probably
Momentum
about
shift.
8 seconds left to go. The
Momentum shift.
Well, yeah, as it stands right now, because Ryan Greenspan just clocked in, got at least a 2-pack there. I can't remember an event when we've had a finals game where I'm trying to think of who's going to be the MVP, and I've
Where there wasn't, like,
I have
kind of a clear
8
standout?
different candidates.
Easy,
There's
right?
8
I agree with
candidates
that.
right now.
I agree with that. But man, I can't believe a finals game like this where we all have to talk so much because there's so much going on. It's like,
Let's get a look at this replay here. So blow for blow action about to go down in the center, and you see here come Colt Roberts, our eye in the sky. He comes through. He just gets that kill, but then here comes Blake Yarber, perfectly timed move for him. But then that cost Blake his body as well, but he had to make that move. And then you have Ryan Greenspan. They're gonna get the kill cross field, and then he's gonna get that last one as well too. So the 2-pack to finish for Ryan. Also, he's now in the conversation as well too for MVP. He's had some big moves from him.
Great job, Ryan. Make it harder for us.
Well, and also, Ryan was not having in the prelims, he didn't have the best prelims for Ryan Greenspan standards. But that doesn't matter. It's all about what you do on Sunday and do you help your team win when you're in the deep water. And that was a massive 2-pack, like you said, Rich, to steal the momentum. They're still down by 1. There's 7 minutes and 7 seconds left to go.
He gave him a chance, though.
We're going to see a pretty steady dose of this starting 5 unless they just get exhausted and can't go. But I don't really see too much of a switch of the rosters up here from what we've seen. Let's check in with Lauren.
Thanks. 1-point deficit, 7 minutes on the clock. Alex Frazier said Colt Roberts is a huge killer out there. He is getting massive kills on them, and they need to shut him down in order to get more points on this board.
Well, they're not wrong. They're not wrong. Alex is not wrong. Colt Roberts, and no surprise, right?
Colt and Billy, right?
But Colt hasn't been there a lot for X Factor during COVID, and the fact that he was willing to come to this event, anytime you get Colt Roberts, and this is why I really hope he doesn't retire, because every year he's still elite.
He still got it.
He's still elite. He's still got it. So, yeah, I mean, Colt Roberts is good,
Giddy up,
and
Colt.
he's going to be starting for him. It's Archie and Colt. And, that's always like, who are the best players ever to come out of Texas? If Archie Montemayor and Colt Roberts aren't on your tongue, you don't know what you're talking about. But Billy Bernacci going to be getting shot going into the center this time here off the
3 on
bank.
5
Oh, and
advantage
2
for
bodies
Dynasty.
coming off. So it's going to be Archie and Billy taking the walk. 3 on 5 Dynasty with a possibility to tie this one up here, make this one very interesting here with 6:50 on the clock.
Yeah,
Marcelo Margot makes a move across to spread the field out here for San Diego Dynasty. No penetration on the snake side. Things have pocketed up, though, here in the finals.
Yeah, X Factor now getting out of the pocket with Rainey, at least getting to the tower on the Drio side. One move again away from getting outside, but all 3 guys still trapped in the pocket for X Factor.
Oh, that's
Dynasty, a little mistake there, letting Meter Ninos getting outside to the snake.
Yeah, but
corner.
Marcelo is all the way at D4 right now, and I don't think that they know he's there, and Marcelo's going to get a nice little kill. Marcelo may be on the MVP list as well, too. He definitely is, considering how well he's played the D side for a team that's in the finals right now, switching positions. Gets that kill. Is he going to get another one? Here comes Ryan Greenspan. Ryan Greenspan gets eaten up by Meter Ninos. Meter Ninos is going to come in, maybe gets a shot on Blake. Blake dodges the ball. No, he doesn't. A little 2-pack here for Meter.
Wow, Meter's pulling this game
And then
back.
Brandon Short, though, also runs into Meter's gun. Meter
Wow.
Ninos with a 3-pack. Meter might be getting a
One-on-one.
4-pack. One-on-one situation. Meter's going to have to pump the brakes and try to get a shot in on Marcelo Margot.
Woo.
2-on-1 situation right now, actually, here as, well, where's the other body?
no, Marcel, there's 2 it's 2-on-1. Marcel's going to go.
Oh, yeah, no,
punch
so
the
it's
tag.
a 2-on-1.
Yosh and
Look at
Marcelo.
Yosh is still alive. So Yosh has to come and protect the buzzer as Marcelo Margot hits the buzzer. Great job by Yosh Rao to come and contain Meter Ninos.
No, I think
No, I
Meter
think they-
Ninos got the buzzer. They're checking
Did he
Meter Ninos.
really?
I think they both. I think
Oh, they're both saying, both flag
They're-
stations are saying
they're
thumb
both
up.
saying they got the.
Okay, so just real quick to clarify, both flag station refs are saying thumbs up with the hang. We're gonna have to go to a replay. I thought for a second that Yosh came and contained Meter. I think Meter maybe shot Yosh and then went and hit the buzzer.
Scores
but I
4-4.
think Marcelo, I think Yosh did enough. He made Meter pause.
Slow enough.
And that's all that mattered, because Marcelo hit the
That was
afterburners. He went in there and he hit the buzzer, and the score is 4-4. So regardless, I don't even think we need to go to a replay, because
they're all down
I
there
would love to
talking
see
about it.
some replays.
I think
but-
Marcelo got it first. I do. From
well,
what
we
I
got.
see.
This is why we have Lauren here. Lauren's down there with the referee conference, and hopefully to get some
Oh,
information.
5-3 X Factor.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, it was 4-4, but now 5-3, and with 5:30 seconds left, so maybe Meter did get it. So maybe Meter gets the MVP.
So
I
Meter
don't
shot
know.
Yosh and then got it, I guess.
All right. Well, let's get an update here from Lauren.
Yeah,
Wow.
there's a lot of confusion down
Good
here at
swing.
the moment. Initially, they were saying X Factor got the point, but Marcelo did hit the buzzer. So right now, Jason Trozen is reviewing that tape to figure out who gets that point, a crucial moment.
Look, it's tough to call. This is just what I saw. It did look like Meter was stopped by Yosh, and then Marcelo went in and hit it. Chris, what do you think?
I think that Marcelo got the pull.
Rich, what do you think?
I think 4-4 is a much more compelling story.
I love that you're just a paintball fan now, and you just want us to be entertained. I love that about you, Rich.
Such a nerd.
But as it stands right now, it is still 5-3 in favor of San Antonio X Factor. But this is why we have Jason Trozen here. This is why we have replay. All right, maybe it's going to be decided here right now. Lauren, what's going on?
Yeah, so it is confirmed it will be point to Dynasty.
Point to Dynasty. So, hey, hell of a job by Yosh Rao and Marcelo Margot.
Here we go.
Here it is. So look at Marcelo Margot. Marcelo Margot sees what's happening downfield. Full send for him. He's going to run in. So this is the exact same time on the opposite side. So if we go to the other side, so here's what's happening on the other side right there. And
That's
so
close.
it was like, and that's what I thought I saw. I was going back and forth, head on and swivel, trying to figure it out. We got to keep our head on a swivel up here too. And even though that was an amazing point by Meter Niños, it just was a little bit better play by Yosh Rao, the combo of Yosh and Marcelo Margot. So
Archie's down arguing that point. He needs to let that point go and just focus on the next point.
Exactly. There's
Sorry,
no
Matt.
argument there. I'm sorry. That's what I saw. So, unfortunately, but
the World Cup always, it just never, well, it never disappoints.
Yeah.
It never disappoints.
I don't remember it being this good and this close this recently.
Well,
this was amazing.
last year between these same two teams, it went all the way into overtime, and it was Tyler Harmon and Marcelo Margot, and then it was Rainey Stanzik during regulation going to war
That's pretty
with
amazing.
Ryan Greenspan.
Yeah, that's right. Battling
up the center of the field.
I do remember that. And both of those guys were kind of fighting for that golden barrel.
Everyone's contributing right now. That was an amazing point by Meter. I mean, full respect for Meter Niños. He did everything. He had 3 kills. I mean, maybe 4, just murdering people out there. But no, sorry,
Ryan Greenspan
3
getting
for
shot
sure,
early.
because there was
So
2 players left alive.
4-on-4 here. Meter Niños getting eliminated.
But here comes Billy getting in the stake, but then he gets clipped there crossfield by Blake.
Wow, huge kill there for Blake Yarbrough, gold barrel. 3-on-4 advantage here for Dynasty.
that was a clutch kill right there.
Oh, this is a big point, guys. 5 minutes left, 4-4.
That was a massive kill for Blake Yarbrough.
Rainey filling out to the corner. Big fill from Rainey out there.
But Blake in his spot, he's going to go to their bricks sooner or later. He's probably going to go inside.
Yeah, right now he's trying to lock down the player in the Dorito 1 for X Factor. I think that's Archie.
Yeah, we reached the 5-minute mark, still tied at 4. Advantage to Dynasty in this one.
Yeah, I definitely. Here
Good
comes
little-
Dynasty trying to get outside on the snake side.
Yeah, good little fill there from Mikey Arena. Goes from the cake into the god. X Factor Colt Roberts sees it, calls Snake, signaling to the other players on his team that Snake is hot. Snake, if Colt Roberts does think that Snake is hot, though, he should probably get out of that can because that can gets very vulnerable. And the farther that Dynasty moves up the field, the harder it is for him to play that rounded bunker in the center of the field.
Watch for Blake to come up the middle.
Well, and the longer that this point goes, the bigger it will be for the team that wins it. Right now, San Diego Dynasty with an advantage. They get into the snake.
Blake makes a bump into the tower over there, Matty. He's going to be able to put some pressure on the inside of the can from Colt Roberts.
Brandon short into the snake right now for Dynasty. I think that's short, right? Can you see from your side, Rick?
Yeah, it's short.
Yeah, shorty in the snake with his return tournament. And, I mean, it's just the fact that he's been playing as good as he has.
Colt Roberts taking a walk out of that can.
That's a massive kill. Who got that kill?
We called it. Blake did.
Blake is feasting right now.
Yeah, Mr. Gold Barrel.
Here comes
Marcelo making a
Margot.
big bite into Dorito 3 there. Oh, big move on the Dorito side by Archie.
Oh, but Archie gets eaten up by Snake.
Ah.
Archie gets eaten up by Marcelo.
Amazing.
So Marcelo is also massively in the conversation
100%,
for Golden Barrel.
100%.
To play in a totally different position that he's been playing all year long as the first attacker on the D side and to do as well as he has, I mean, it continues to come down to who has the biggest moment and the closing moments of this game.
100%.
Because Blake's in the hunt, Marcelo's in the hunt. It depends on what happens because there's a lot of guys on X Factor in the conversation too.
And going back to that move that Ryan made and the shift in the momentum of the match and how big that, shooting those couple guys is super important, but switching the momentum of that match, being down on points like that is huge for a team.
Yeah, so replays. We'll obviously bring the, if it's this close, we got to bring the coach of the winning team also into the conversation for Golden Barrel, but unless somebody just really shines. But there was that just zone control there from Blake Yarbrough.
And here's D
That was
side.
Marcelo, I think that got.
Yeah. Could we rewind that? I think that might have been Blake too.
Yeah, Blake wraps against Colt.
But then Blake gets shot, but then Marcelo saves it. So just such stellar team play here from San Diego Dynasty. And then Blake Yarber's going to come through and do a little loader dump. Wow, San Diego Dynasty up by 1 right now. 3:41 to go. We're in the pits here with San Antonio X Factor, and you see the crowds just standing room only up here for World Cup. What a beautiful event. Thank God we're back to somewhat full strength here. It's the best event to come to, man. If you have never had a chance to come to Cup, come even if you're not playing, because it's like a party out here. It's just great. Every time I go over there, I don't have a lot of time to go over there, but it's insane. Anyway, also Infamous with their Pro DNA, get 10% off. Use the promo code WorldCup10 on what they got on the website there. They got the new bags. Infamous coming out with a ton of gear through the Pro DNA brand.
Yeah, so cool. Such a good story.
So it's absolutely great. Yeah, Dynasty with the Field One Force, and Meter doing with Astro. Everyone's starting all this different stuff. It's just great. So right now, 1-point lead here for Dynasty. 5-on-5 break. Body coming off
Colt
here.
Roberts being eliminated. X Factor 4-on-4.
Yeah, but also looks like Alex Frazier taking the walk.
And Rainey as well. 3-on-3. 3-on-4.
But Marcelo coming off 3-on-3. Close point. 3 minutes and 17 seconds left. We're getting down to it right now. This is the point. With 3 minutes left, X Factor needs this one to stay in this match.
Down the side.
Yeah, big move from Ryan Greenspan down the D side of the field.
Archie Montemayor trying to go down the
side. But nobody gets eaten up, though.
Say I clipped right there.
Yeah, he's making
definitely saw something blow off.
Yeah, he's making the referee make the call, looks like.
It might have been off the bunker, though. Yeah, so he's still alive. And he pushes forward Brandon Short, trying to get... Brandon Short gets the inside kill. Can't see if Ryan Greenspan's still alive over there because the glare's starting to kick in.
I don't think he saw Billy go to the 50, though.
Move down the D side.
And a penalty
assessed on San Diego Dynasty. It's going to be a minor. But still alive. It's Blake Yarber. Blake Yarber in the chaos. He's going to go through and steal the point away from Billy Bernaccia.
Because he's going to get pulled. He's going to get pulled for the 1-for-1. He's going to get pulled for the 1-for-1 for that penalty because there was nobody else to pull.
Oh.
So this point's going to go to San Diego Dynasty. I mean to X
San Antonio X Factor?
Yes, sir. So Blake with a great move. Unfortunately, that penalty left nobody to pull for Dynasty. And I am assuming, and I'm just assuming, that Blake Yarber will be called eliminated, which will give the point to X Factor.
Waiting for the official confirmation. I see what you're saying, though, Chris. Definitely possible based on the situation, but it hasn't been put on the board yet. Only 2:27 left on regulation game time here. It's been a blow-for-blow battle back and forth here. These evenly matched squads. Third time these guys have battled in the finals since last year's World Cup. It was Dynasty at World Cup. It was Dynasty at the last event. Will it be X Factor here? Might have got a gift with that Dynasty penalty. Still awaiting confirmation. Maybe Lauren.
Was there any X Factor players left alive though, Matt?
Ah, man.
Because if not, they're not going to get a point, right? Unless there was not another player to pull for the penalty.
It was so chaotic, and the sun is starting to set, and the glare setting in, so I couldn't really see.
It's getting really beautiful, just hard to see.
Yeah. Yes, this is why we got Lauren here. Lauren, what's going on?
Do it, Lauren.
Thanks. Yeah, it sounds like Blake Yarber would have been the body pulled on that penalty. So that point, because X Factor still had a body alive, will go to X Factor. They are reviewing it to confirm it's not 100%, but it seems pretty certain.
Probably going to be 5-5 right now with 2:27 left. It's going to make it super dramatic here in the closing minutes of this finals match.
If they both get a pocket breakout with 5 alive, Maddie,
this could be it.
We could see overtime.
Well, or this could be the last point with somebody stealing it with some crazy move.
Yep.
And then now we got to figure out who's going to get the golden barrel.
Well, and that sun, as we talked about this morning, now it's a flip side. So now the snake side looking over to the red pits, it's going to be just as brutal as it was this morning from the blue over to the snake side from the D. So
in all the years we've been doing MVPs, it's never been this close.
No.
It's never been this close.
Never been this close.
And I don't know if that's the field or just the style of play.
I think it's a testament to the level of the caliber of players we have.
For sure.
And what they brought to the World Cup. Because so many contributions from everyone on these two squads. And I really think it does come down to who wins the tournament for their team. You want to talk about who's the most valuable player? Well, based on the full field contributions, the full roster contributions we've seen, well, the most valuable guy is the guy that put the World Cup win up for you.
Maybe we should make it easier on ourselves and just give it to 2 or 3 dudes. Hey, man,
we'll do a golden, a
I
bronze,
love that.
silver.
I love where you're at, and it's very equitable of you. Unfortunately, we only have one golden barrel
They
here.
can share it, practice,
we'll do gold,
pass
silver,
it
and
There
bronze.
around.
are no participation awards out here. It is just
Oh,
one
so
award.
you're
Everybody
saying
gets,
this is a real
everybody gets a
sport?
ribbon.
This is a real sport. It's one award.
All right, I'll watch
Only
Dynasty,
one,
watch X Factor.
One player gets it.
This
So
breakout is going to be crucial.
We actually have a timeout here, technical timeout. I think that we're reviewing that point at this point.
Yeah.
It seems like we're stuck at 18 seconds.
And it must be something to see if they're reviewing it for this long.
Yeah, I'm wondering what. Well, we know what they're reviewing, but Dynasty starting 5 is ready to go. We're going to see Alex Frazier out here.
Here comes Jason. Jason's going to come out and talk to Eric Crandall. Guessing Eric Crandall's not going to like to hear what Jason has to say.
I can tell by Eric Crandall's
All right, well-
mannerisms.
Well, we got our spy down there. Lauren, what's up? Lauren?
Okay, so it has been confirmed that point is going to go to X Factor. They wanted to be 100% certain, so they stopped this next point, but it is going to X Factor.
2:27 to go, tied at 5. It's just not getting any tighter than this. Oh, man, thank God this game, as from a fan perspective, is close. See,
Oh, Alex getting shot on the break.
Alex shot off the break, for San Diego Dynasty. It's a 5-on-4 situation here for X Factor. And it looks like they are going to be losing Archie Montemayor, so that's a
4.
huge kill for San Diego Dynasty.
Great shot of Yosh Rao there. Blake Yarbrough when that can, doing such a good job of getting up to that wing, containing from that side.
Here's you look, Rainey Stantek going up the middle.
Looking over the shoulder as Blake makes his move. Blake comes across. Does he get the shot on Rainey? He does not. So Rainey Stanzik out here going to get that huge kill, but they might be losing a player in the backfield. And we're going to see a penalty assessed on X Factor. That's going to pull out
Red or
Billy.
yellow.
Penalty
Yellow.
on Rainey. No, not Rainey. That was on...
Yeah, Rainey's up in the snake.
No, I know. I think it was on Meter. Still 2 players left alive right now for X Factor with Cole.
Oh, look at the walk. Oh.
1-on-2
taking the walk.
situation. So even with the penalty, might
Wow.
not matter here as it's a 1-on-2.
Yeah,
no,
nice.
2-on-2.
Okay.
Marcelo's still alive. They're
Oh,
on
good.
your screen. So it's a 2-on-2 situation
Even
here.
game.
Minute and 25 seconds left. It might come down to this. Who is going to take it here? Marcelo transitions over to the tower. He still has Mike Urena out there as X Factor gets into the snake. And then Rainey's going to get taken
Rainey
out
gets
by
taken
Mike
out.
Urena.
Is Mike
and then,
Urena not
and then
double-
I think Marcelo traded
Oh,
out potentially
wow.
with the last player left alive there.
5 to 6, 1
X
minute, 10
Factor.
seconds left. 5 to 6, 1 minute, 10
I
seconds
really
left.
want. Did Mikey shoot both those guys?
I think
or-
he got one for sure.
I think Marcelo might have traded with the other body over there. Couldn't quite see. But Dynasty taking a 1-point lead with 1 minute and 10 seconds left to go in this
Just-
World Cup final match. We're in the pits right now with San Diego Dynasty, defending world champs. Can they do it 2 years in a row? Can they win 2 events in a row? If they win this event, it'll be 3 event wins in 5 tournaments for San Diego Dynasty, and that means that they are the best team in the world. Well, they're already, you could make the argument, regardless, even if X Factor finds a way to pull this off, I mean, they won the series title. Regardless, it's just Dynasty. Not only are they back, but they're going to be back for years with the crew that they have, the way that they're playing.
And this bodes really well for their gun, right? I mean, they're going out and winning tournaments, winning championships with their gun, so that they're proving that this gun can win tournaments. And if you want to win tournaments, you shoot a gun that you know can win tournaments.
Marcelo Margot taking the field, just playing with everything he has here at this event. Yosh Rao, he's been balling out. Here comes Ryan Greenspan. Who else are they going to send out for this potential last point?
Matt, who said that last point in your
Mike
opinion?
Urena.
Sorry. You think you're going to say that last point?
Yeah.
Man, I was hoping you didn't say that because that's even harder now.
I was just going to say, yeah, that's just
Because
another.
that's what popped in my mind too, and I was like, I think Mikey was a little behind, but now I think that point was pivotal.
But also Marcelo was in there too.
For
He
sure.
was alive.
Yeah,
so it's
for
like
sure.
maybe Marcelo, again, Marcelo changing position, having to play the main attacker on the D side, like maybe he's the MVP.
But the first name that popped in your name in that point,
Was Mike Urena.
I'd say
But
Mike.
again, but I feel like Marcelo's done more heavy lifting than
For sure.
Mikey.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying Mikey I wasn't considering as much, but now making that pivotal point.
But again, he was over there too, and I couldn't see because of this crazy glare that's coming through the nets right now, whether it was Mikey that got the 2-pack or if Marcelo got a kill over there as well. That could be a difference maker, but it's just, the MVP, Golden Barrel is never, I've never been in a situation where I'm looking at both teams and thinking, I have no idea who it's going to be.
I think Mikey got those kills based on the fact when he shot the second guy he released, and Marcelo was still playing conservative as if he thought there was one body left alive.
Yeah. What a magnificent moment, though, for Mike Urena in his career.
Finally, man. Way to step up,
Came up
bro.
with elevation, played with DMG, got picked up. And but very quickly became the go-to guy for Dynasty, the most legendary team in the game,
Sometimes
on the most
it takes a
important
while.
position on the field.
Right. Sometimes it takes a while to find the fit and to find your game, man. And he's finally found the right place. He's found a home and he's found his game for sure. Big breakout here. 1 minute, 10 seconds. X Factor has to shoot Mikey Urena or someone on the Snake side for Dynasty, and then get in the Snake with Billy Bernaccia.
They don't need a miracle, but they need a shot on the 2 on the break, and they need some forward progression.
Definitely some mojo.
It's not a 30-second point. It's a minute and 10. So as our eye in the sky peels over, can X Factor make it happen here?
Billy Bernaccia Snake on the break, but Archie does get shots. So 4-on-5 advantage here for Dynasty.
Oh, and they're going to shoot Colt Roberts as well, too.
5-on-3.
Blake comes off early.
4-on-3 advantage Dynasty. Rainey filling out to the Dorito Tower. Ryan conceding the point.
San Diego Dynasty.
7-5.
I mean, it is absolutely San Diego Dynasty's tournament to win right now. They got a 2-point lead. Quick concession here from Ryan Brand. There goes Marcelo in the running for the MVP. I don't know. This is going to be a really tough one here.
Got to win the break. Got to shoot 2 guys and go, man.
Yeah,
shoot 2 guys and go because you need 2 points.
This might do it. I think that might have done it. It's tough if you're Ryan Brand to concede that point, but it was a 5-on-3 with 52 seconds left. You think you're going to win against Dynasty 5-on-3 at that point in time? Probably not.
And regardless, that's the team's mentality, right? They know that, hey, in this situation, this is what's going to happen, and you do what you do.
Even if you could make the argument that, okay, hey, you're only down by 1. Do you spot them 2 with less than a minute to go, or let that 3 roll the dice and try to play aggressive and see if they can come up with some sort of chaos and craziness to win the point to tie it up? But
whether you agree with the modality at all, that's their modality.
But that is not how they play.
100%. If you want to adjust your style after World Cup, adjust your style after World Cup. X Factor's pit doesn't look super pumped up.
Backs to the wall here, and this was a little replay here. Rainey Stanzik.
I think you want to talk to Blake a little bit.
And Blake getting right in Rainey's face in this one. Oh, okay. You know what, though? Blake is one of the nicest guys I've ever met off the field. Blake's a tiger out there in between the net.
I like it. He's getting chirpier and chirpier out there.
Blake's a tiger, man. And so is Rainey, too. So it looks like
Rainey's a cobra.
Lauren, okay, I'll take cobra. Let's check in with Lauren.
You know, Rainey Stanzik just likes to get himself in trouble sometimes. He came up to me before this finals match. He said, I like to talk a lot on the field. You need to protect me at the end of the matches so I don't get in trouble. So he knows what his reputation is.
Well, don't talk to Blake then. Huge point for X Factor. This is going to be the biggest point of their year. The next 5 seconds is going to decide whether or not they have a chance to win World Cup.
This is the biggest point of the year.
Oh, Billy gets shot in the break.
Right, 2 steps out, but they also use Blake Yarbrough. 3-on-4 advantage for Dynasty.
Yeah, and it looks like X Factor trying to send a body all the way up to that tower off the break.
2-on-4 advantage Dynasty.
Yeah, that should do it here. Dynasty should be able to seal the World Cup victory right now. Because of all the bodies they shot, they're going to lose Urena.
Yeah, they might lose this point.
They might lose this point, and the running referee is going to again check out Yosh Rao in the back center. He has a hit, maybe penalty. Looks like he's good to go. But look at this, though. Meter Ninos is going to come through, shoot 1, shoot 2, shoot 3. Meter Ninos does get blasted by Yosh, though. He was not able to get a shot in on Yosh. Yosh does get tapped out.
12,
and then here
11,
comes Rainey
10,
Stanzik. Rainey's going to come
9.
through with 8 seconds left and hit the buzzer.
Oh, Rainey just bonus ball those twos off the field. Both of those guys are going back after Rainey. Look at that. Oh, Rainey's going to get worn out after this game, I bet.
Look at Ryan's trying to give him a high five, but Rainey did not want to give Ryan a high five. Yosh, who also one of the nicest guys I've ever met, not a dude you want to get in a fight with. Look at this, though, selling it. It's not over yet. I mean, there's 6 seconds left. I mean, maybe it is, but I don't think they're going to burn the clock off.
No, they're going to come out blood right here.
Hey, Ryan rips his goggles off, and he's selling it to the crowd. I mean, pretty much it's over. It's 6 seconds left. It's not going to end I think
Fastest
quite
points
yet.
in
They're
7
gonna
seconds,
play.
right?
They're gonna play the 6 seconds out.
Oh, this is going to be painful.
They're gonna play the 6 seconds out.
Rainey should not go out there.
Oh, yes, he should. 100%. 100%. I'd go out there by myself, without question.
You wouldn't
6
have
seconds.
to.
Oh, man. Thank you, Rich. You go with me. I know you would.
San Diego Dynasty, so impressive here. 2020, 2021, and also started the year out relatively terrible. It really did. I mean,
Don't pull any punches, Matt. Just tell them how you feel.
I'm just saying, 10th place for Dynasty. Come off a World Cup victory, went 2-2 in the prelims. Not an ideal start for them, but after that, it had been nothing but an upward climb for San Diego Dynasty.
I know everybody's
2 wins
leaving
in a row
because-
for them, 2 World Cup victories in a row.
Refs are staying on the
6
field.
seconds left on the clock. There's the scoreboard. 6 seconds left. All Dynasty has to do is go out here and not get a major penalty, and they're going to be World Cup champions for 2 years in a row.
But I'll tell you right now, X Factor's come out there.
Yeah, so let's check in with Lauren Kelly.
Thanks. Yeah, I mean, the stands are emptying a little bit right now. People seem to think this match is over, but X Factor does not believe it's over. So I think you're going to see a lot of aggression coming out for this last 6 seconds because they're angry and they're hungry.
1 minute.
Well, here comes Rainey.
Blake
Rainey's
just
going
said
to get
hi,
a
Blake.
point. Tom Guest
Blake just
gonna
said
get
hi
a
to
point.
Rainey.
Sean Salcedo, and it looks like Anthony Bowles going to get a point too. So
No, Archie Marmere.
I'm
No
telling
Colt Roberts.
I am telling you right now, they are not going to stop.
No, X Factor gave up.
Those 6 seconds are going to be over. X Factor will not stop. They will go down there and they'll put it on every one of these guys. Watch.
I'm really surprised Colt and Archie aren't in there.
well,
Rainey will not stop.
we've never seen a 6 second point.
Oh,
We've seen a 7 second
Well,
point.
it's been an amazing day so far.
I'm telling you, this is going to be very entertaining.
I mean, could we? Well, I'll tell you what we have seen. We've seen major penalties in moments like this.
We sure have.
And then if you have a major penalty under 60 seconds and it's an immediate swing point, the fans will probably be mad they squandered their spot in the stands if that's what's going to happen. It's going to be Blake Yarver, Marcelo,
This is gonna
Greenspan,
be awesome.
Frazier, and Urena.
Rainey's just not going to. He's not going to. He's going to go in there and blow them pieces. Watch.
And on the breakout might just be for pride here for San Antonio X Factor as they're going to blaze down the field. And that is going to do it. San Diego Dynasty, yet again, 2 years in a row, World Cup champions, the best team ever to play the game. Over
Congratulations,
55
guys.
wins around the world in 21 years, and it will continue here